Hello and welcome back to Pocket Rockets, and today we have a double review of BM's creations. Here they are. So, first car we're going to review is the BM's creation 1994 Suzuki Swift GTI right here, and the second one is the BM's creation Jungle Pack Limited Edition Mitsubishi Pajero Off-Road Edition. So, I actually got this car a few months ago, so I already taken this car out, had a really good photo shoot with it, and yeah, basically I've already taken this car out. But this car I just got, and I must say it looks really weird in this packaging, but we'll get to that later. Right, so BM's creation, the cars come in at around 300 to the 400 mark, so around basically in the middle of Mini GT and Eno 64. So I'm expecting higher than Mini GT quality, but lower than Eno 64 quality. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so first, let's look at the packaging, guys. So the packaging, the two boxes are the same, are just the card art is different, but the layout and setup is pretty much the same. And I must say the packaging with the Pajero looks nice, while the Suzuki's packaging doesn't really look that nice because the car itself is kind of small and the placement of the car is a bit too low. I think maybe they could have placed it a little higher, and this thing just looks really small in this giant packaging. Like, look at just how much room there is. Like, there's like room for like 3 more Swifts in there, but the Pajero just fills the whole space nicely. It just fills it nicely, while the Suzuki doesn't really. It's just kind of a bit to one side, I think. Maybe they could have placed it a little towards the middle and higher. That could have been very good. And I am a bit sick right now. Okay, so first we're going to unbox do the second time of the unboxing of the Pajero. So, normally with BM's creation cars, they come with a lot of accessories, and this car did have some accessories, but like I said, I already opened it before and taken all stuff out. So the accessories are basically these off-road tires with the tire lettering. So these are actually part of the accessories, and I installed them. The stock tires didn't have the tire lettering, and the other parts of the accessories, I mean, if you're really interested, you could go check out my mail time episode. I did unbox it right there. So the second accessory is mud flaps for the Mitsubishi, like red mud flaps that you could actually stick onto the fender right here, and I did install them initially, but they didn't look really nice, so I removed them. And the third accessory are fuel canisters, and those are actually super cool. Let me see if I can go find it right now. Wait. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here they are, guys. This is the other accessory, fuel canister. So it came with 2 of these, and this is just one, and it fits really nice beside this car. So this one costed me $450. So that is almost to the price of a Eno 64, and it's relatively good looking. It looks good, and the suspension is also pretty interesting too, because it comes with kind of a different approach from Tomica's suspension. Tomica's basically like the axles are inside of their base, and the suspension is all set up inside of the car. But no, the rear suspension is actually set up outside of the car, so that's pretty interesting. So build quality wise, we got a metal body and plastic base, but this thing still feels nice and heavy. For the front, we of course have the off-roading arrows. So we have the front bash bar, we got the roof rack, and the rear bash bar. Is that called bash bar? And also we got more rugged tires and a snorkel, and also this really nice pinstriping. I love this pinstriping. V8 3000, V6 3000. That's so sick. And also apparently room for a spare tire on the rear, and also a spare tire on the roof rack, so that's pretty nice. And this thing actually comes with a surprise. Check it out, the doors actually open, revealing a pretty nice interior. The interior is pretty nicely detailed, and we do have some dash detail right there. You can see the kind of shining on there. That's the detail on the gauges, so that's pretty cool. And this is actually my first time seeing a opening feature on a car with actual like windshields. Normally when you have opening features, the windows are rolled down like here on the Tommy Castellati. No windows, but this one actually does have windows. And the only way to open it is kind of if you apply pressure on the mirror. So that's pretty dodgy, but hey, that's pretty cool. So all of these kind of pieces are individual plastic pieces that are tacked onto the metal body. So they do feel really nice and reasonably 3D. So I like this car. The green matte paint job is super cool. Looks just really nice in my opinion. It just looks super nice, and I'm not normally an off-road guy, but this thing looks nice. Okay, now moving on to the Swift GTI. So this one cost me $360, so almost $100 cheaper than the Pajero, and let's see if it holds up as well. Oh, it looks like we have some spare wheels. That's nice. Oh crap. Well, will you look at that? We do have some spare wheels, and don't these look familiar? Yes, they do. Why would I say that? Well, a few weeks ago, I reviewed the Diecast Masters Nissan Silvia S14, and these wheels are actually the same setup. Let me lower the camera a bit. And these wheels are actually the same setup as the S14's wheels. So basically the concept is you could adjust the ride height and adjust the camber and adjust the steering. So you can check that out. We have steering on the S14. So let's see if we got steering on the Suzuki Swift. Oh, looks like we got the same setup. Yes, looks very similar. So I do. Okay, it's not steering. Wait, let me. Yeah, okay, so the Suzuki Swift is not steering for some reason. But let's take a look at the build quality, and then we're going to explore the rims. So this thing is metal body and a plastic base, but it is a lot lighter. Probably because it's so small. Like, it's tiny, guys. Check it out. This is tiny. Probably because it's a lot smaller than the Pajero, but this thing does have a decent build quality. I don't know why, but the Swift number plate is kind of not that well printed, and you can see some paint on the side here and there and some paint chips. Definitely the Pajero did a better job in terms of detail. This thing is, I guess, fine. We got same individual plastic pieces for the headlights, Suzuki emblem. We got black detail on all of the intakes, so that's good. And the wheels wise, I like the wheels, man. Check it out. They kind of remind me of those Type R wheels you see on those Civics. And twin cam 16 valve, but just overall, I think this car is it's got some rough edges, but overall I think for $360 it's a bit expensive. But yeah, like what I mean by rough edges are like the license plate isn't really that well cut out, the kind of rear lights don't fit the slots really nicely, and the oh my god, the exhausts are a mess. Look at that. Like, look at the S14's exhaust. Yeah, look at that exhaust, and look at that. Yeah, that's the best. But yeah, let's see if it rolls correctly, because I forgot to mention, the Pajero rolls, man. It rolls really nicely. Okay, roll test number 1. Hang on. What? Why isn't it rolling? The wheels have plenty of space to roll. Why isn't it rolling? Why are you not rolling? Okay, apparently the rear wheels get stuck pretty much. Oh, no, they're loose again. Oh, yeah, there you go, yeah. The rear wheels do not want to roll. Well, let's look at the wheels then. So these are the stock wheels, and these are the aftermarket wheels for the Suzuki Swift GTI. Check it out, guys. These are like kind of old school wheels that... Oh, wow. This looks pretty nice, so let's try to install them, and we'll install them now. So if you watched my review of the Diecast Masters S14, you will know that in order to remove these wheels, we have to remove the base and then remove 2 screws holding all the wheels up. But actually discovered a pleasant surprise in the Swift GTI. Check it out. We got interior detail. I don't know if this is water decal or just stickers, but that's pretty nice. We got like cloth detail like in the middle of the seat, so that's a pleasant surprise. Right, back to the wheels. Okay guys, now we have the new wheels on, and sadly it still doesn't roll really smoothly. It's still kind of rubs a bit. I have no idea like what it's rubbing on, but these wheels definitely look give the car a fresh look. But if I'm honest, I do like the stock wheels a bit more. They just kind of give the car that more of a period correct look. And overall, I must say I'm not the one usually to give kind of, let me get the spinner right here. I'm not the one to usually give kind of crappy reviews for cars, because I understand like BM's Creation is a pretty new brand, and they kind of just started up, so their first few models are definitely going to be a bit rough around the edges. But overall, I say the Pajero was excellent. It was absolutely beautiful. It functioned really great, rolls great. But the Suzuki Swift was actually somewhat of a disappointment, because I'm a kind of, when it comes to diecast cars, I am kind of a perfectionist, because I want every aspect of my cars to be perfect. Like, a really good example is if I install some new wheels on the car and I find out that the car is misaligned, I'm gonna spend even like a day just getting that car aligned correctly, and I have done that before and I still do it. But I think this is it's kind of just a bit rough, guys. So yeah, I definitely kind of not I won't recommend you guys to buy this car, because it's $360. That's not cheap. Like $340 you could buy a mini GT. But I definitely think that this car has potential. BM's Creation has potential, and the wheel still doesn't turn for some reason. So the Suzuki Swift overall was a pretty big disappointment. But I believe that they can do better, and if I still like if I like BM's Creation, I will still buy them. But yeah, I think this Swift was a bit of a disappointment. And that's pretty much going to conclude the review for today. So this has been Pocket Rockets. You can find me on YouTube right here, fun fact. And you can find me on Instagram at Pocket Rockets 64. I do diecast photography stuff, diorama stuff, really interesting stuff. Bye!